Hey everyone, it is Hawaii here with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. We are on JP and we got details for the upcoming Extreme Z Awakenings, primarily for, Gogeta. That's the hype, right? INT Gogeta is getting his EZA, along with two other units, the Super Saiyan Blue Gokus, and we're going to dive into those units as well. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. And always a shout out to DBZ Space and the Dokkan Wiki for info and images provided. Here we go. So let's go ahead and jump into the first unit that of course we all were waiting for. Is the Extreme Z Awakening for the INT Super Gogeta. So here are the details here, and yeah, it's actually fairly interesting. So it's going to be reliant on rainbow key orbs, so that's interesting there. But let's go ahead and just dive into the stats first. So of course, being the leader skill of a Neo God, the EZA is going to be Super INT type, Key plus 3, HP attack and defense 130%, and then Extreme INT type, Key plus 3, HP attack and defense 90%, which is basically the same for the other Neo Gods getting the EZAs here. Now, the Super attack is the Soul Punisher. Now, it raises defense for 1 turn for 30%, and it causes immense damage to an enemy and lowers attack and defense, which is minus 20% for 3 turns. Now, I always remind people this, that immense damage EZA is the highest multiplier, SA multiplier in the game. It is higher than an SA 25 LR EZA as well. So, immense damage EZA is the best. So, that's what you want to see. So yes, that there already is going to be amazing. Now the passive skill, Overwhelming Radiance, attack and defense 120%, so that's huge. The attack was all really this unit had, no defense. Now that defense for 120% is huge, and it's still effective against all types. So it is the OG Super Gogeta dynamic, and a lot of other units have it now, but this was the original, right? So or actually the Strength Super Gogeta was the original, but this of course continued on that path. So, and it's going to have a bunch of other stuff, once again based off of how many key sphere rainbow key spheres you obtain, up to 3. So really, if you get all 3 of them, you're really going to do a ridiculous amounts of damage and get a little bit of extra defensive help as well. So the first key sphere, rainbow key sphere you get, would be a medium chance of evading enemies attack, including super attack. So that's great. That's that 120% defense, and then the 30% on the super attack, and then that medium chance of evading enemies attack. That's just going to be very, very useful. And plus, this is an INT unit, so you're going to have already a internal dodge chance already. So the 2 rainbow key spheres is very important because you get an additional 40% with for that second rainbow key sphere. So that's an additional 40% on top of the attack, which is going to be calculated separately. So that's fantastic. But if you get a third one, you're going to get a high chance, 50% chance of performing a critical hit with 3 rainbow key spheres. So that's what you want to look for, 3 rainbow key spheres, and you're going to max out this this unit here. So it's seemingly like it's just going to do a ridiculous amounts of damage, especially with the increase of the attack stat at 120% plus 40%. So that's, yeah, I'm going to be very interested in seeing what these numbers look like. It's going to be pretty crazy. So Link skills, Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Prepare for Battle, Overload Flash, Fuse Fighter, Experienced Fighters, and Fierce Battle. So pretty solid mix of key and damage increase there. The categories, a little slim, but still very useful here. Fusion's going to get a huge upgrade here. Movie Heroes, Super Saiyans, Otherworld Warriors, and Final Trump Card. And the stats, boy, this is where it's, where Gogeta shines the most. Those stats just are ridiculous. HP at 18.5, almost at 20,000, not quite there at the Strength Gogeta, but 19.7 is really, really strong. So I think it's like the 3rd highest. I'll have to double check on that. But attack, it's right there at 20,000, so it's huge. And then defense at 10,787. So stats are amazing. So is this unit going to be the best TUR in the game? I don't know, because that Vegito Blue is so broken. It's amazing, but it's going to be up there when it comes to attack. All right, so that attack stat is going to be wild to check out. So I guess stay tuned for all that stuff. So Anyway, tell me what you guys think about the Super Gogeta EZA. We will be jumping now into the Super Saiyan Blue Gokus that's going to get an EZA. First, starting with the Nuke Leader. So we have the OG Tech Nuke Leader getting the EZA here. And it's going to get a little bit of a extra bump. So it's going to be Tech type attack 35% for every Tech key sphere obtained. So this is going to make the punching bag event a little bit easier. Super attack, God Kamehameha. Now remember, immense damage is what you're looking for. Unfortunately, supreme damage. It's still a nice little upgrade as an EZA, but it's not the highest SA multiplier in the game. So supreme damage, unfortunately, but it raises attack and defense for 1 turn, which is a 30% increase. Passive skill, Shattering Warcry. It changes rainbow key spheres to text key spheres. We already knew that. Attack and defense 100%, plus an additional 59% to attack and defense, and all allies' chance of performing a crit plus 7% when there's only tech type allies attacking the same turn. So very interesting dynamic here. It's a support passive, but it's a support passive with some sort of in this case a mono type allies, right? So usually it's like categories, things of that nature. Now it's type advantage, and this is mono. So if you have tech units on this team, and all tech units, which you would, because if you're going to be running like a nuking team here, you're going to get an extra 7% critical hit. So and then that 59% to its own attack, which is really strong because you got the defense at 59% on top of that as well. So, and then you got raised attack and defense. Yeah, this is very, very nice unit overall. But once again, it is only supreme damage, and the stats isn't going to be as high as the Gogeta that you saw. So the Link skills: Super Saiyan, Warrior Gods, Kamehameha, Super God Combat, Resurrection F, Prepare for Battle and Fierce Battle. That Resurrection F, it's very limited because there's only a few units. But everything else should be fine. Categories: Realm of Gods, Pure Saiyans, Movie Heroes, Goku's Family, Kamehameha, and Bond of Master and Disciple. Here's the stats here: 17.6, attack is 16,000, right there at 16,000, and defense 10, 474. So it's still at in a sense, a Dokkan Festival exclusive type stat. It's just not above and beyond like that crazy 19,000 attack stat that Gogeta had. So all in all, I think they did a great job, especially with the support passive there as something a little bit different. Monotype versus a category, but yeah, 100% plus an additional attack and defense 59%. Pretty solid. So going to be very interesting to running this unit on the punching bag, make things a lot easier, right? So now let's go ahead and look at the Super Saiyan Blue Goku. That was always been, so if you are OG on this game, it was always what's better, percentage damage or flat attack stat, because back in the day the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken or the AGL Super Saiyan Blue Goku, that unit there had a flat stat increase, but this unit here had a attack increase, and since 100%, which it still has here. And we were always debating about which one's better. Of course, now we all have moved into a percentage here, and this unit got a pretty crazy buff. So the leader skill, AGL, strength and physical, key +3, HP and attack defense 80%, which that's not really what the huge buff is, and really doesn't matter at 80%. Super attack is Kamehameha, and it raises attack and defense for 1 turn at 30%. Causes supreme damage. Once again, it's not immense damage, supreme damage. Still, this passive skill is kind of crazy here. So attack and defense 100%, which is solid. You get a little defense on this unit here now. When performing super attack, then an attack and defense 59%. All allies' chance of performing 7% crit hit chance, and 20% when they're 20% to attack when there is only Realm of God categories allies attacking the same turn. Which, yeah, if you're gonna run this on Realm of Gods, pretty easy to do. Yeah, in this case scenario, the reason why this unit is, in a sense, once again very similar to this, right, with that 59% on top there, but with Realm of Gods category, you're gonna get a lot more, a lot of different boosts, a lot of different opportunities for links, and this unit has a little bit better attack stat, but unfortunately it might knock off the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken as a better unit. That unit still hits extremely hard as well, but this one is very interesting because it's all allies on that Realm of Gods team getting the additional 20% support passive and critical hit, and you get the 59% to attack and defense. And it's I guess the only problem is it's attack and defense when performing super attacks, so you won't use this in the first placement, the first position. So yeah, they both got really good. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking back and forth here. They both got really good attack and defense. Yeah, so that's 100% not performing. So in a sense, this one's you can use it in the first position, but the team that you're building it with is not going to be as valuable as Realm of Gods, right? So this unit here is going to be more valuable unit, and yeah, it's going to be pretty good. So Link skill: Super Saiyan, Warrior Gods, Kamehameha, Super God Combat, Resurrection F, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle. Categories: Realm of Gods, Pure Saiyans, Movie Heroes, Goku's Family, Kamehameha, Bond Master Disciple. So I guess, you know, with the stats here at 16-8, 16-4, and 10-9 as defense there, this unit is going to be up there. Now, I still think utility wise, the Super Saiyan Goku, the Orb Changer and the Nuker, that unit's still pretty ridiculous because it heals you a lot. It changes the orbs. It increases. It's not going to do as much damage as probably this one right off the bat, and you don't have to get that many orbs. And that defense, I'm interested to see what that defense is. You got the 30% off of super attack. Off of super attack, you get the attack and defense there. So I wonder if that's problematic, because you're going to get the super attack raises at 30%. That might not then calculate separately. So, but then the attack and defense at 59% is going to calculate differently, separately, and then all allies with that critical hit chance 7% and 20% to attack. That's beastly. So, and once again, Realm of Gods category is going to be more valuable than just overall tech. I don't know. This is going to be interesting to see the utility for both of these. If this was on like Representative of Universe 7, that'd be very useful for like a Frieza, but Frieza can still run this unit, but only at 90%, not 1 at 77. So over here, Realm of Gods, you know, you get 170, 130, 150 all across the board as a leader skill. So I think they're pretty good. I think they're really good. So, but this unit is it's gonna do quite a bit of damage, and it's it might be one of the hardest hitting units period in the game. So anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. If you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.